Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the third episode of Awesome People series. And today we are having with us Monika Sundrani, who's a career counselor, who's a certified career counselor, and she has an experience of 14 years in this industry. So she's also a soft skills trainer. And instead of me telling all about her, I would like her to tell more about her. Yes, should I just because she's already online and then we can get started.
Hello,
Hello, hi Monica, how are you?
I'm good, Divya. How are you?
I
Was I
think
audible?
your video is lagging. See it
Is it
buffering
okay
over
now?
there. Oh, it's still a little blurred because of the connection, I guess. But
Okay.
then, okay. Are you using your mobile internet or Wi-Fi?
No, I'm on mobile data because the Wi-Fi is not keeping good these days. The Airtel is going
Okay.
on a challenging phase. So let's see if it doesn't work. I'll move the
No.
Wi-Fi. I hope
Yeah,
it's okay now.
no
Yeah.
problem. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you now. It's much better.
Yes.
So, how are you, Monica?
Awesome, Divya. So awesome people series. I am doing awesome with one awesome person on the other side of the screen.
Thank you so much. Such a sweet comment.
Yeah.
So let's get started. So firstly, I would like to know about how did you choose your own career as a career counselor? So
Yes.
that's a little dilemmatic question, but then
Yes.
yes. So like, were you just trying things out and something clicked, or were you like actually exploring something, or what was the story behind it basically? How did you like stumble upon this, and where are you now?
Sure. So the same question was asked yesterday evening from my one student when we were ending our training batch that ma'am, how did you become a career counselor and a trainer? So yeah, so repeating the same. I worked in education sector and recruitment industry for nearly 14 years after my MBA, and also I'm a psychology graduate. So after my academics, I started working in recruitment industry. I used to place people in banking and finance sector, Kotak Securities, Kotak Bank, banking and insurance to be precise. And later on, I shifted to education sector where I started working into admissions and again moved into placements. So I was helping students to get placed. I was doing acquisition of the organization. So I was I kept doing this, and in between, it was a time when you start aging and you feel like 9 to 6 is not something I want to go ahead with.
Oh,
And
well,
you see
that's
the
so.
next Yes, so next what? And I don't want to be someone that doing nothing. I want something now, that I can do till my last breath. And I
Wow.
have worked, yes, so I have worked with students and being someone who understand people, I keep on getting, statements like when you speak, we understand things. We can easily things when you make us understand. So, yeah, I believe am I visible and audible clearly?
Yes, now you are.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just gave a thought on it. I wanted to pursue some more things to, bring my future career to be settled. So I thought, let's do something into this. So I did a certification to become a trainer. I did my TTT. So I started with training. So I started taking workshops in different colleges of engineering and graduate. I started taking presentations on how to crack interviews, group discussions, and then on again a gist of talking to students, motivating them, helping them was into me. So I started doing counseling with the help of DMIT report, and then it again moved a step ahead that I became certified in career counseling. I am a certified career counselor from Bodhami. I have the franchisees for psychometric test and DMIT. So something I would surely say that I have converted my passion into profession now. I love talking to people. I love motivating, helping them, and making them, choose the what is correct and suitable for their life, and rather than,
Wow.
getting confused and following others' path. So I try my best to
Okay.
do that.
So first of all, you were there in the industry and you saw from a perspective what would people need. And then you
Hmm.
actually guided them to be at the right place. That maybe they are not suitable over here. Maybe they want to be shifted to somewhere. So you actually gained the right tools to help them in taking that
Yes,
decisions after you had
yes.
experienced the industry yourself, right?
Yes. So rather than I thought just helping them with my experience, why not to bring in the tools? Because we all believe in science, we all
Yeah,
believe in innovations. So why not to take the help of the tools like DMIT and Psychometric and help people, even professionals, by taking the help of these tests and understand what skills, what interest, what personality actually they carry, and making them
true.
self-aware, and then take my skills of counseling along with that.
Great. So yeah, that's kind of a mixture of all of it, but you have a lot of experience. So I think we can get started. And obviously, you have all the certifications. You are certified for
Yeah.
this. So
Yes.
great. So first of all, I'd also like to ask you about the tools that you actually use. So you mentioned DMIT and the psychometric test, but we would like
Yes.
to know a little more about them. So
Sure.
what
It's a
exactly
good
are these
question.
terms?
Yes. Yes, people should know about these terms and these tools. These are the two relevant tools to know your interest, your skills, your abilities. DMIT stands for Dermatographics Multiple Intelligence Test. It is nearly 10 years that it has come in India, nearly 10 years now.
Okay.
Uh, it's still in niche, but it is prevalent and relevant in the education, era, education level with teachers and academics, and now with parents too. So what does DMIT do? DMIT generally does is that we take the finger student or even the adult, and it has
What,
been scanned.
I didn't catch
We
the last line. Yeah.
Yeah, we take the fingerprints, we scan the fingerprints, we take the scanning of the
Hmm.
fingerprints, and through a software a report is generated that analyzes your brain. Now you say, oh, fingerprints you take and then you analyze brain,
Yeah.
so how is that possible? Yeah, so there is a science behind it, which is a proven science that every individual, I'm sure you know, carries a unique fingerprint. That's why it is used in passport, on Aadhaar card,
Yes.
whatsoever.
Yes.
That's our unique identity across globe, across universe. Yeah. And it is proven that when we are in our mother's womb from say 13th week to 19th week as a fetus, at that moment our fingerprints and our brain neurotex, like the neuron brain lobes, they both are developed simultaneously, like
Okay.
our fingerprints and our brain lobes.
And
So,
yeah.
yeah. And our left hand fingerprints is related to our right brain hemisphere, and our right hand fingerprints are simultaneously developed with our left brain hemisphere.
Okay.
So once this science was proven, so of course a human mind, then how to read it? Of course we should read it. So there's a software to read this. So when we take the fingerprints, a report is generated from a software, nearly of 40-50 pages. And with the help of this report, we help people to know, are they left brain people or right brain people? I'm sure most everybody knows there's a left brain and right brain. Left is a logical brain, right is a creative brain. So the
Yes.
person is someone who thinks logically a lot, or someone who is more emotional towards humanities, emotional leadership qualities. Someone who is numerically good, loves to read grammar. Someone never understands grammar. Correct. Then
Yeah.
what is the learning way? Like some kids are like they sit in a corner in a room. The family even never understands कि वो 4 घंटे बैठ के पढ़ के भी आ गया. And then there are kids who can just sit for not more than half an hour at one place, and they keep on jumping from
Yeah.
room to room.
Room to true.
So
So
some students are like who read and write and they understand things, and some students are
Mhm.
like कि बस मैंने read कर लिया या फिर मैंने सुन लिया, किसी ने मुझे समझा दिया और मुझे समझ में आ गया. And parents
True.
are like कि नहीं आप read करो आप लिखो. So there are some students who
Audible
acquire by
memory,
yes,
visually. Yeah.
yeah. Some people understand only by paintings, by graphs, by looking at them, and for some it is just pale drawing. So
Hmm.
how you acquire things. Then some students are like who
True.
are able to take decisions at their own. कहते हैं कि नहीं हमें पता है हमें क्या करना है. They are self-aware what I want to do and what I don't want to do. And some students always need some approvals. You tell me what I'm doing is correct or not. So you feel आप क्यों नहीं सोचता? Why are you always behind me? Or why I always
Ah,
need to tell you one and the same thing and again बच्चा कि अभी कल तो I explained you this thing. Again you are asking me. I have to push you for the same thing. Yeah. So that's the
true.
inborn intelligence. That becomes a challenge for parents. Yes, you're parenting, you'll have to strategize that way that your kid needs a continuous motivation. And some parents are so
Hmm.
relaxed कि बस एक बार बोलते हैं समझ जाता है कर लेता है. So they are happy parents कि
True.
he understands. So all such things, the kid's personality, these things are understood by DMIT. DMIT tells you your inborn intelligence. What are you born with? In
Yeah.
simple terms.
Okay.
So
So
yes,
this would to remain like what we are born with. This thing would remain, I think, constant throughout our life, right? Our fingerprints don't change, I guess. So
yes.
this test, even
So
if it's taken once, it should have been enough, right?
yes, this is a one-time test to be taken in your whole life. Even Divya takes at an age of 15 or Divya takes a test at the age of 45. The report will come same because the fingerprints are not going to change.
Mm.
So what intelligence
Yeah.
you are born with? Yes, but Divya will certainly change. But Divya will
True.
certainly change. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you become more wiser with the education, with your age, with your learnings, with your surroundings. But report will still stay same. So the DMIT report is something that as early you get it done, you understand your kid better and you strategize their
Mm.
education, their upbringing accordingly. Like say in report it comes that he or she is good in music. So you can put
Mm.
them in extracurricular to learn some instrument or some singing. That builds their
Mm.
personality
True.
alongside. So
True.
DMIT has helped a lot in pandemic understanding what all certifications a kid should do, what all extra courses a kid should do, considering their intelligence.
Mm.
So this is about DMIT.
And what
Yeah,
about psychometric?
yeah. Coming to psychometric, psychometric is a very prevalent test across education sector also and even in corporates. So psychometric is simple in terms to understand is tell you what are your current skills and interest and personality right now because this test is based on question answers. There are different type
Mm.
of psychometric tests. Every company will have their own kind of test, different types of questions that I'm sure most or many or everyone who is looking, having watch on this live also, and you also might have tried some question answer test to know your personality, that what
Yeah.
personality you carry, right? So that is on question
Yes.
answer, and you feel like, yaar, ye to sahi aaya. How this it happened like a question answer se. Yeah, so there are set of psychologists, there are set of analysts who work on creating such question papers, and with the help of that question answer set, we come to know that what skill set, what interest, and what personality that student is carrying right now. So some say example student is in 10th. So doing that test will make us understand that what next stream or subjects that student should choose. Same happens in DMIT also,
Mm.
but DMIT tells you with the help of your inborn intelligence. And psychometric tells you what are your current skills that you are carrying. So
Hmm.
psychometric report
Okay.
can change. Psychometric
Yeah.
report can change. So if Divya takes it at the age of 20 and when Divya takes it at the age of 30, you will answer the questions in a other way, like with more wisdom,
Mm.
more understanding, more learning. So
Yeah,
psychometric
because
will
I
tell
would
you
have
what,
become more aware. I would
yes,
have had experience with newer things, so my interests would have changed and my perspectives would have changed. So that
yes,
keeps on, that must have been keep on changing, right?
yes. So psychometric helps you to know what next to do. What next to
Hmm.
do in companies also, in professional world also. Many corporates do psychometrics. So it always helps that which department you can fix in. So what kind of
Yeah.
personality you are carrying. You are a social person or
Hmm.
not. or you are someone who is analytical or not, you are someone who is a self decision maker or not. So many people tell me that है ना हम तो इतने टाइम से अपने आप ही अपना डिसाइड करते आ रहे हैं, ट्रायल एंड एरर मेथड कर रहे हैं, चूज किया है. Yeah, so
Yeah.
nothing wrong in it. You can still go ahead with that. But why to lose years on it? Yeah, if you are having some scientific tools available now. We all believe in science. हमको सबको अपने बच्चों को science पढ़ाना है. We want them to learn science. But when it comes to innovations, techniques of science, we doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these tools does
True.
help.
So,
And then, yeah. So with these tests, of course, once the test is done, then my role, of course, comes being a psychology graduate, being an experience into social student sector and education sector, and with certifications and having the understanding of the education sector, I help them students to understand that what career path or what next education path, way of living, in fact, what should they adapt, because it's career
Okay.
counseling, it's not just career advice.
True.
Yeah.
So it's like it is more comprehensive. Career counseling cannot stand independently. It is basically mixed with life counseling also, because you are telling them how should they conduct themselves after they choose this career, right?
Yes, because career advice is something when I come across parents जैसे कि आप बताइए कि ना साइंस ले कि कॉमर्स ले, सो और कौन से कॉलेज भेजे, कौन से स्कूल में भेजे. नाउ आई कैन गिव द एडवाइस and that is available, lot of information is already available on website, so that is an advice I can give you. But if you want to know, the correct question is that what is the correct college for my kid, what is the correct subject for my kid. Now it's not necessary that every student can cope up with the tier 1 college. You
True.
have to understand your kid, that will he be able to cope up with tier 1, not only the pedagogy but the people in tier 1 college. So every student
Yeah.
is different, every student is different, every sibling is different. So there comes the
True.
counseling part, and more than at times student counseling, it gets transferred to parent counseling also.
Definitely. So yeah, definitely that would be an encompassing thing to actually end it with all the strings. But
Yes.
then, like, have you actually done these tests on yourself?
Yes. Before I started doing DMIT 5 years back, I have done my own DMIT. Not only mine, my husband's, my family members' kids, and I realized
Okay, everyone.
that yes, everyone, and I realized that yeah, 90 to nearly 90% report was coming correct. Yeah, of course, there's a 10% chance always, of plus minus. At times it was 100% also, but I keep a gap of 10%. So 90% I always suggest that a report is, accurate. Some with some integrities in it. So yes, that inspired me a lot. That is a one-time report in life, but I did it at the age of after 30 in my 30s, and I realized that actually I was like this, or either I am like this. So in few things I have improvised myself, and few things I realized my strengths and weaknesses, and I started actually working on it, and I improvised that too.
Wow.
So DMIT
Okay.
helped me to understand my own self, that yes, actually I am such kind of a person, and these are my weaknesses that I am carrying since years. So after looking in front of me on paper, it helped me to be better.
Wow. True. So according to this, so as early as it is done, it is better, right?
Yes.
Even
Yes.
I think now that I should get it done soon.
Yeah, even adults are getting done. I had a client of 45-year age. He's working in a corporate in Bangalore. He got it done to know that why is he not able to take a leap in his career, a step ahead. And this actually helped him to understand that he was required to work on emotional front, on emotional intelligence, so that he can take a team lead profile and understand people behavior.
Okay. Yeah. So
And I
everyone
don't
has
know,
their
like,
own strengths.
yeah, everyone has their own strength. Einstein has told for that you cannot judge a fish with her ability to climb a wall. A fish cannot climb a wall.
Yes, exactly. So,
I have seen
wow.
I have seen parents जो बोलते हैं ना, बेटा अगर सचिन तेंदुलकर बन सकता है तो तुम भी बन सकते हो. It's only about hard work. So it's not that actually. You have to identify what are the skills and interest and personality of your kid. And then if your kid chooses the right path, then he or she again can excel and become a Sachin Tendulkar in his or her own passion and career.
True. क्योंकि सचिन तेंदुलकर ने लता मंगेशकर बनने का डिसाइड किया होता तो आई डोंट थिंक हमें कभी सचिन तेंदुलकर मिलता.
Correct.
So,
And
true.
it takes me to other question. If generally I see that parents come at times and tell me कि 10th में है, हम इससे पूछते हैं इसको क्या करना है, but he still doesn't know उसको क्या करना है. Now, how can you expect from a child of 15 years that he knows
To
actually कि
know.
उसको life क्या करना है?
हाँ. True, right? So the next, like this thing that you told about parents, right? So I also had a question regarding that. Okay, there must be times when parents and children are on different tangents about their career choices. And even if the test results are showing something, they wouldn't want to opt for that career. So there must be one of the parents would be of that side, or maybe both of them.
Many.
So how do you actually convince a strict or a conventional parent, like as a career counselor, how do you do that job when
Yes.
parents and child clashes?
Yes. See, the thing, being a professional career counselor, the benefit is that I am not having any byproduct to sell. I want to just make it deep clear. What happens is parents and students generally go to people to take the advice who are having some of the byproduct to sell, maybe some of their courses, or they are a coaching institute or education. No biasness, but yes. So I am not having any kind of byproduct to sell, but I am suggesting if that no, the student should not take science, should go in humanities. So I am not having any personal agenda behind it. One thing. So
Yeah.
I make them understand that it is purely counseling depending upon the kid's report. Correct one. Second, I give them plan A, plan B, and last plan C. That I suggest that if you go with the plan A, that what report is saying, and you follow it, the chances are that the student will do best. I'm not saying that if you want to do plan B, which is that you want to do, what parents are willing to do, that your kid will not succeed. No, it's not that the kid will fail in his or her career. He will not make money. Only thing he might not do as better as he or she can do if he goes for plan A.
Plan A.
Yeah. So even if if the parents are saying that I want him to do JEE and kid says no, I don't want to, but report says that kid can do, but 60% chances that 60% he has scored and he has scored 80% to do humanities. So ऐसा नहीं है कि 60% अगर साइंस में he is scoring according to my report तो वो करियर नहीं बनाएगा. He will make a career. Only thing is he might not be that successful and you will not even realize that. He will keep on struggling
True.
in his career to move ahead in ladder and a sense of dissatisfaction and passion lacking. जैसे कि I love doing counseling and I chose as I started that I'm following my passion. So even I'm doing counselings at 10 p.m. in night at times for people from US.
Okay. Wow.
Yesterday only a client was in US, so we were doing 8:30 to 9:30 in over here. So because I love doing that. So if the thing you will do which you actually like, you will not look for timing. So then we say कि
True.
ना job में मजा नहीं है. I tell you there are different surveys and researches which has shown that there's a range of 70 to 80%. Some reports have told 70, some has told 80, some 75, 73. That these many percentage of people get into a wrong career. They fall into the wrong career. Another report
True.
says survey that it's only 93% of people who know only 7 careers that are prevalent in life, and that is engineering, medicine, CA.
Yeah, we can predict all of that.
Can you
कॉमर्स में
even
कौन से
imagine
2-3
about
फील्ड
7?
होंगे, साइंस में कौन से 2-3 फील्ड होंगे, और फिर like to go with it.
Yes, yes.
True.
So
Man,
there
and
are
this
new
problem, this is, I think, mainly prevalent in India. That
yes,
this has a huge impact in India, especially because
yes,
after you got freedom, there were a lot of engineering jobs that were out there in the country, and
yes,
then there were a lot of jobs in the scientific domain because all of that was run by the British. So now
yes,
the Indians had to actually take up all of it. So then
Yes.
the only secure career was to go into the government and like start doing all of this, start
Yes.
being into the technical field. So that is what our grandparents did.
Yes.
But then after that, I think the situations have changed a lot after that. We don't
Yes.
have, we are not in a crisis. We have to survive, make that survival, we have to follow that survival patterns to actually be in the technical field itself. We can now
Yes.
pursue creatives also. So
Yes.
now we have a lot of other liberties. And we didn't have a lot of options at that time, but it has changed a lot at this stage, right?
Lots. I tell you, the 90% of students who go to IIMs, 90% of students are engineers to
True.
pursue
Yeah.
management degree.
Even true.
Yes,
So a
even
lot
you
of
are an
engineers think
example.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am an engineer and I see a lot of people around me, they're also giving the test. Like they give CAT after that or they give GMAT to go outside. So
Yes. So yeah, there are new age careers now, Divya. Like there is a more requirement of human careers, and the new age skills, if we talk about, which carries, the collaborative skills, the of course communication skills always remains on the top, the critical thinking skill, the decision making skill, the team management skills. These are the skills are now prevailing and people have started understanding it. And that is the reason as a counselor I tell, and from this platform also I want to tell whosoever is watching, that make your kids to do extracurricular and don't only stick to the academics. Pursuing
true.
dance, pursuing music builds a different personality. Emotional build happens. They understand to do namaskar to their gurus. They understand to praise their students along with them who are learning music. You know, artists touch
So
the
true.
stage. They touch the stage and do pranam. And that only a
Bow
science will
down.
scientific bow down, and scientist will say अरे उस पे कितने germs होंगे stage पे जहाँ पे आप you are do bowing down. There can be a different perspective. Yeah, so you should
True,
learn both
right?
things. You should learn
Yeah,
both
even if the
things.
parents don't want their children to go in that career from like as a career perspective, if they don't want them to take it up, they can at least send them for these things to get an experience to develop as a human,
Yes.
to develop better as a person in his life. Right?
Yes, that is what my counseling always covers. As you were asking that how you do parents, so convince parents. When I see that at least there's some dancing skill maybe or music skill, art skill, writing skill, linguistic skill. I don't say that I am insisting them to make a career on that. No, go for a career which can give you a good earning, but don't lose your passion into it. Keep on learning new foreign languages, some
Yeah,
instrument, yeah, that will build confidence, that will build your CV, more network. So many benefits are there.
true.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a time that we used to only pursue our पढ़ाई कर ली बस उसी पे ध्यान दो. That's it. But gone are the days that you can survive on one skill. Future is to be multidisciplinary, and that is what our new education policy is bringing to, that you can choose.
Exactly.
Yeah, that you can
Choose the
choose
multidiscipline.
multidisciplinary. Yes, you can do chemistry also, and at the same time you can learn baking also. Yeah.
True. Wow. So that's a beautiful combination that would encompass all of it.
Yes. And for that, we
So
India need a lot of faculties too to come with that point. So becoming a teacher is again a new required career because there is a lack of ratio of having good teachers in school.
and in
So
fact, the whole world at this stage, I think the whole world needs a lot of good trainers and a lot of good coaches.
yes.
So we have a lot of teachers already in our education system, but like the way they convey, right, that impacts the whole thing that they're doing. So in
Yes.
engineering, I see a lot of faculties that are teaching really good things, but maybe they are not teaching it in an interesting way. Maybe they are not appealing to students. If students don't even listen to them, how would they actually know that this thing is essential? So the way they
So
teach, right?
yes, so I
That is
always tell
very
to my, as I also do personal counseling. So I always tell adults that we always say ना कि बात करनी चाहिए. The key to every problem is communication. But I go a step ahead. That key to every solution is, of course, communication, but the main thing is that the way of communication, how you communicate. Most of the parents come when I tell them the
True.
report, they say, yes, ma'am, मैं भी इसको यही बोलती हूँ, मैं भी इसको यही बोलता हूँ. But then why is it not getting impacted? Of course, there's a relationship of a parent and a kid. You're trying to be a friend also, but how you say that matters. When you say that. So when you say that, you need to understand the emotional stability of the other person. So you have to be emotionally intellectual. कि मुझे अभी ये बात करनी चाहिए या उसको थोड़ा मूड ठीक करके बात करनी चाहिए, सुबह करनी चाहिए, शाम को करनी चाहिए, एंड कैसे करनी चाहिए. व्हाट शुड बी माय टोन ऑफ वॉइस, व्हाट शुड बी द पिच,
Exactly.
हाउ लाउड आई शुड बी और हाउ पोलाइट आई शुड बी.
Yes, क्योंकि कुछ लोग समझते हैं, कुछ लोगों को जब तक they don't until their parents scold them, they don't understand. And for some people, even if their parents say two words to them, they're like, yes, I got it. I won't do this thing again in my life ever again. So, so like the personality depends a lot. And some people
Yes,
understand through visually communication. Some people
yes,
understand through situation, like putting them in a situation and making them make the decisions. So some
yes,
people understand in that way.
yes,
So
yes. I
that is very
always tell
important. That is not just for parents and children. That is for anyone that we communicate with.
anyone. I can come to know, I come across parents, majorly the issue is कि self confidence नहीं है इसमें. Now how are you going to build confidence? एक sitting में तो हम confidence नहीं build करने वाले. Either you do a course on self confidence of 5 days, it will make a change, of course, but then you have to have a continuity in it. So how?
Yeah.
You have to let your kids take small decisions rather than imposing your own कि हमको पता है what you want to do, what is right and wrong for you. Rather than that, if you let student understand, your kid understand that beta, if you will choose this thing, this decision, the impact will be ABC. If you will do this, the impact will be XYZ. Now you decide
Now
that
you
ABC
decide.
is better or XYZ is better. I can guarantee you student
Right.
will choose the correct one rather
True.
than rather
Because
than
they
telling
are,
your
yeah.
rather than telling your kid ki beta, it's not, don't play with that toy, it will hit you, it will get hurt by it. Rather than just telling don't play, it will make them understand that if it will be touched like this, you will get hurt, and it will be, is it paining? Yes, it's paining. So tell me, you want to play with it or you don't want to play with it. Student will not, the kid will not play with it. Let
True.
them
Because
experience.
now they are choosing their own struggles. Now they're making that decision. Okay, it's okay if that hurts. I want to play with it. It's okay if the path is difficult. I want to pursue this path itself. So we're giving them the space to actually choose their struggles. And that is very essential, especially over here.
Yes, throughout life, actually, Divya, letting people and kids take their own decision is important. It's not that if you make them, they like you take the decisions for them, their life is gonna be very smooth. It may happen that they feel like that they're successful, but they are not happy. So it's okay if they fail also with their decisions, but let them take small decisions and then support them and make them understand what went wrong. Giving a
Mhm.
reasoning is very important.
True. The why behind everything, making them understand the why behind it is
Yes, and
important.
and when is that possible? When the parent will understand everything.
True. And not
In this,
just follow what has been followed throughout. They understand what is the why behind why am I doing this to my kid? Or why
yes,
am I treating someone in this way? So,
yes. The reasoning is very important. Every entrance exam is a logical reasoning exam. Reasoning is very important.
very
Analysis
important.
is very important
So,
in your
apart
real
from
life.
life, also, this is important in education also. So, your kid
Yes,
would definitely want to develop that. So, make him develop it through this way. Right?
yes, yes, yes.
Nice. So there was one question. So this question is from a fresh graduate, and she says that I've just finished my bachelor's in pharmacy, and during my undergraduate, I've done various internships, and while doing them, I realized that if I stay in India, I won't get that respect in this profession. यहाँ के लोगों के लिए हम कौन है, दुकान पे दवाई बेचने वाले. So we are not even counted in the frontline warriors during this COVID pandemic. जबकि दवाई तो हम ही दे रहे हैं और दुकान भी हमारी ही खुली है. So
So true.
yeah, I really like
Yes.
this question because meanwhile, I also have an interest in content writing and doodling and would like to do something in this profession. But I don't have any experience or portfolio to start with freelancing. How can I switch my career in this case?
Good question. So coming to the first one first, that she has done pharmacy and she feels that, not she should, I'm addressing correct, she or he?
Yeah.
She, she. So she is feeling that they are not, counted as the frontline warriors, of course. And I tell you, still she is a pharmacist. Even in abroad, a plumber is counted and given a respect because they have a course to do a plumbing. And over here, we count them as, I'm sorry to say, I can't use the words that what category we make them to fall in. Plumbers, carpenters, electricians, they are respected in countries abroad because there is a certification courses to do that, or not like that ki kuch nahi kar paye to ye ban gaye,
Hmm.
So of course, but then you cannot run from it and say ki main abroad chale jaye. You have to work on your conditioning then over here. That
Okay.
stop,
How?
yeah, of course, stop thinking that okay, what others are judging you. You be good in your work. You chose to be a pharmacist. You chose to sell medicines and help people and work in medical fraternity. So just you have to condition your own self that I am doing what I wanted to do. What people are judging, what credibility people are giving, it doesn't matter. You tell me how much credibility were doctors getting before this pandemic, or nurses or paramedical staff.
वो
We
तो
have
सिर्फ
been
पैसा
such a
लूटने के लिए
old
बैठे
country.
रहते हैं.
We are such a
I've
old
heard it so
country.
many times.
The most respect we give is to our soldiers, army, navy, air force, and then we used to consider doctors. But right now we are kept them on a same level when it came the calamity. So सबका time
True.
आता है. Still,
True.
I tell you, still people are criticizing teachers also. So should we stop to become a teacher or a trainer? People are
No.
criticizing coaches also, that it's a profession. You have to
Yeah.
believe in your own self. Everybody will criticize every profession. People criticize financial advisors also, though they manage their money. कि इसमें इसका कुछ ना
Yeah.
कुछ फायदा होगा, तभी ये कर रहा है. अरे कुछ तो फायदा होगा ही ना, घर चलाना है तो.
Exactly. True.
So
But
this is
ये
the
है
judgment
कि
of society. Yeah. So first she has to work on her own personality, that it's okay. I have chosen this career, so let me pursue it and do it ahead. And along with it, what she's saying of doing content writing or doodling, why not? She can pursue content writing courses online even. There are 6 days to 10 days certification courses on content writing. They completely help you how to write blog. There are courses on doodling. There are just 3 days to 10 days, first level courses of doodling. So doodling is different, content writing is different, of course. So do that certification course, start writing your own diary, start writing whatever you see around you and put them in words. Work on your vocabulary and put that on paper. There are so many content writers required in this profession right now because everything is going digital. We need so many
yeah.
bloggers. We need so many bloggers. Company needs content writer to create their creatives, to write their blogs. So it's an upcoming career. If she is enthused towards it, she should of course pursue some short-term courses on it and try her hands on it, that if she can do it or not. First experiment on that. Start create a blog on Medium or Blogspot and try to write some blogs and small articles, or even on LinkedIn. Because see, everything you have to first try, you have to do research on it. You cannot be like कि ना मन है, interest है. Yesterday I did one counseling जिसमें बच्चे को interest science का है, but skills नहीं है science करने के.
So what do you advise in this situation?
I of course advise them that the humanities was the skill that she carries. So of course my first advice is that she can pursue that. Even if she still wants to let, I want to do science, because science till 10th is very easy in state boards. Science and maths. Soon you get into 11th, 12th, you realize, okay, what actually physics is, what actually maths is.
Exactly.
So I said, see, it's not
That is
that you
so
cannot
true.
become an engineer. Your skill set shows that you can become an engineer. Of course, the same things go that you'll do better in humanities. So you can try for 2 years taking science, and still the option of going into humanities stays open. So no harm of doing maths and taking science. Go for it. And if you feel then you are okay with engineering, go with it. And side by side, you can do public speaking courses and content writing because she was a good
Exactly.
speaker, good language skills she was having, confidence was having. So I suggested side by side you can do this. And after 12th, you can then take the call that you want to shift to social science or you want to continue. So you can become an engineer, no doubt, but the report says that you can be doing good if you go into civil servants. Her report was
Yeah.
showing very nicely that she can do IAS and IPS if she works hard and gets disciplined.
So basically, what you advise is if you think that you're not getting respect out elsewhere, your profession is not validated in the outside world, maybe you should look inward. Maybe you
Obviously,
should turn the tables on yourself because
yes,
somewhere or the other, the outside world would not satisfy you. You
yes,
would be unsatisfied in whatever you do if you like start seeking validations from others.
yes,
So looking inward is the first step, and then
yes,
keep on exploring her interests.
yes. Be
So like that would
self-aware.
also build her portfolio.
Yes,
Hmm.
be self-aware. The key is the first step I tell to my students is to do SWOT, SWOT, their SWOT, that
Yeah,
and
exactly.
understand your strength, weakness, opportunities. That is a key. Every 3 months, 6 months, they should do and understand what they actually are good at and where they are falling. And then what do they want to do? Now, what they want to do, how will वो बोलेंगे मैम कैसे पता हमें क्या करना है? There comes the key that read. Read whatever
Hmm.
you like. You read sports, you read politics, you read business, then see where your interest is going. You do painting, you do
Exactly.
drawing. See, is it making you interesting or not? Wherever you feel that it's interesting, then follow it and do these reports. This will help you to give you at least 3 4 options that what you should choose in. So research
Yeah.
at the
So
age of 15, 16 to 18, it's very important to read and be updated with whatever is
and don't be scared to explore, right? Because you are doing a lot of things, you are exploring, and that process should keep on going throughout the life. It is even
happening. Yes,
say that we, as in this generation, all of us on an average would have 4 to 5 different careers throughout our life. So,
yes.
like,
I give you my
it's okay.
example. Yeah, to justify your point, I can give you my example for audience also. Divya, I have changed many jobs in my life due to some personal reasons, I can say, not intentionally, some health issues, some transfer issues. So I kept changing my job. That time I used to feel bad that okay, I have to shift to job. Now I was not keeping well I was not keeping well for some years in between. So I left job. Then I again restarted couple of times in my life. So I used to feel low that मैं start करती हूँ और कुछ ना कुछ हो जा रहा है, Trust me, all these different experiences, working in different sector, working with different companies, I feel blessed right now that I have so much of network. I have so much of other industries experience. I have so much of other people behavioral experience. So exploring actually helps. And again,
True.
I won't say that then okay फिर क्यों report क्यों करानी है फिर explore ही करते रहो. But if you know that where you can explore, when I give you plan A, plan B, plan C, and then you explore on that in those sections, then हम जो कहते हैं ना कि बेटा मेहनत तो करनी ही पड़ती है, life is struggle, life is hard, you actually can make your life easy. Because if you do what you want to do and you like and you're carrying those skills, you will actually enjoy doing that. So why you want to make your life
True.
difficult?
True. Anyways,
Yeah.
our lifespan has reduced a lot. It's 60, 70 years. So that seems like a long time right now. But if you keep on exploring newer things, that
No,
lifespan also would seem to be short.
lifespan has actually increased. Like people are living 80, 90 years very normally these days.
Like
Yeah.
compared to the Mahabharata era, where people used
Yeah.
to live for 200 years and
हाँ.
then they can aram se pursue the spiritual path. After their 60, 70 years of lifespan, they can aram se go on this path. But we
Yes.
have to balance out a lot of things because our
Yes, yes.
lifespans are shorter than that comparison. So,
And the kind of jobs we are doing, stressful jobs, we feel like getting retired at the age of
yeah.
45, 50. So there comes the financial investment part though, that how should we manage our
Hmm.
finances. And as I said,
Yeah.
I plan to do this career that I can do till the last breath of my life. So you can pursue
Hmm.
something by understanding yourself. Like कि हम ऐसा तो क्या है जो कर सकते हैं. Yeah. So yes,
True.
understanding your own self, being self-aware at every step, there is no harm in it. हम जाते हैं ना, we keep asking other people, you tell me what am I good at, what should I do next? So that are advices. If we better as I said, I also do personal counseling, so I am a international certified access consciousness bars practitioner. So that too
Hmm.
helps me actually to make students and parents become self-aware. So how to make them self-aware? To go how to think about your own self. So all these connecting dots help me to help people in the best way around.
Yes. So this career counselor is just a tag that you have, but then around it, there's a lot that has gone behind it.
Yes. I also do training. I do campus to corporate training. So I understand people, kids' challenges, making how to make them job ready, what kind of expectations corporates have. So that again helps me to counsel students at the age of 15, 17, 18. That bacha, what corporate is waiting for you, after 5, 6 years. So that again helps me in counseling them. So this why I'm saying is that why Monika Sundrani? Why counseling from Monika Sundrani? So these things do help. And if someone comes and asks me what are new age careers, what are new age skills, that is information I can give out anytime handy. What are the new age careers? But see, data analyst is a new in that it will give a good jobs and data becoming a data scientist, learning ML and AI. But are you made for that or not? Or are you made for a
Yeah.
psychiatrist and a psychologist? That is the thing to
Hmm.
understand.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
what is your right is very different from what is someone else's right or what is trending in the market. So
exactly. So rather than
and
asking a
that makes
question,
the whole difference.
yeah, generally what people ask कि ऐसा कौन सा करियर है जो अच्छा चल रहा है जिसमें पैसा कमा सकते हैं. दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन कि कौन सा करियर ऐसा है जिसमें आगे अर्निंग्स अच्छी है. तो देखा कि चाचा ने मामा ने ये करियर लिया एंड दे आर डूइंग गुड. सो ऑफ कोर्स वी शुड, बेटा आपको भी यही करना चाहिए. और ये देखा कि समवन हैज अर्न गुड, 5 साल में ही काफी अच्छे लेवल पे पहुंचे हैं, तो बेटा वो फ्रेंड को देखो, वही करियर लो आप भी.
Mhm.
बट इट्स नॉट
बट
लाइक
उनको
दैट.
लाइक द मेन थिंग इज वो उसमें पैसा कमा पाएंगे कि नहीं या फिर पैसा कमा
एग्जैक्ट.
पाएंगे भी तो वुड दे बी हैप्पी डूइंग दैट would they be
यस.
contented doing that? So that is these are some of the questions that we also need to ask. सिर्फ एक
यस.
फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी एस्पेक्ट नहीं होता है क्योंकि उसके सिवा भी बहुत सारे एस्पेक्ट्स है लाइफ में दैट इज जस्ट अ पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ लाइक एनी अदर पार्ट वी हैव.
Yes, money will follow if you choose the correct path. And I'm again repeating, it's not the one career that students should stick these days. There has to be multidisciplinary. I always suggest my students to learn linguistic skills. अगर carry करते हैं, they can learn languages so that Saturday, Sundays में they can teach 2 hours of language and they can make extra money. If they learn guitar, they can on Saturdays they can go and just do live performance if that's their passion, and they make the extra money to spend in Saturday, Sundays. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not? That is apart from the why. This is also a very essential question. Why not? Like just
Why
try,
not?
right? Why not? What's stopping you?
Yes, yes, yes. And actually,
True, very true.
more learning of parents is also required. There, where parents don't know how important, how good are jobs in psychology, in market research, in forensic sciences. There are so many jobs, new upcoming jobs in healthcare. Of course, not only doctors but nurses, paramedical staff, frontline warriors will be a high time requirement in future. India needs computer science engineers, which students are not interested these days. There are just 8% people opt for computer science in engineering. And it will be high need of that because we all are going digital. We have to go
True.
at every corner, we have to be digital. So employment will rise on a higher spike on these areas. So, but everybody is not made to do coding also. So you have to understand that you have to do coding or you have to do social sciences, psychology, so many things to do.
True. So our world has opened up a lot, and that
Yes.
is why we should keep on
I would
going
say
about
our
that.
world is in our hand actually these days, the mobile phone. If students utilize this mobile phone in a correct way, rather than just watching, I don't say they should not watch web series or games like PUBG or play. They should, but then the time management is the key. That they can play for some time, they can watch for some time, and then they should do some reading to you and listen YouTube, TEDx. They can listen. They can read some articles, whichever they are interested in. So use that information correctively and then write
True.
articles. start writing on paper, that utilize your time and pandemic, I would suggest.
Exactly. So there's also an impromptu question that came in, Monica.
Hmm.
So this is he says, "Hello, ma'am. As we discussed too much about studies and science and commerce, as being an MBA, I don't think any of that struggle helped me in a way that is hyped. So do you think we are spoiling the childhood in the race of science, commerce, and arts?"
Being an MBA didn't have, of course. Okay, now this question is very happening these days in this millennial generation and then the Z generation people. Okay, what are we going to learn from this trigonometry, this chemistry? What is the molecular formula? कहीं तो help होता नहीं है life में tan theta ये सब. Correct. But understand one thing, kids, these are the basic education. If you are going to learn humanities in future, of course, you will feel कि मैंने जो maths पढ़ा वो किसी काम का नहीं था. But after 10th and 12th, if someone is going in engineer, तो वो सोचेगा कि मेरे को geography किसी काम का नहीं था, मुझे history किसी काम का नहीं था. Yeah, so of course that basic education is same for all. Of course, there's lot of improvement is needed. No, I'm not taking buying that part that everything is perfect. Yes, improvement, improvisation is required. But yes, the basic science, commerce, arts goes. But I am very happy with the new education policy when it will get implemented by 2022. That it's not that कि मुझे अगर physics में interest है तो मुझे chemistry भी पढ़ना है. You can take physics and you can take geography too. Yeah, so that is the best change that is coming with new NEP. So yes, what she is saying is she's right at her part that she might feel क्योंकि जब हम जाके एक होलिस्टिक से जब एक मेजोरिटी से एक माइनॉरिटी सब्जेक्ट्स चूज करते हैं अपना एक सब्स्टिट्यूट तो हमें लगता है कि वो सब तो हमने वी जस्ट वेस्टेड आवर टाइम ओवर देयर बट इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट यू एज वी डिस्कस रिसर्च हमने सब पढ़ा उसमें से वट एवर वी लाइक वी चोज दैट फील्ड you chose
Yeah.
MBA, someone chose engineering. So for them, the math got utilized. For you, perhaps, communication and organizational behavior got helped. So yes, that way it happens. Second, I would just like
And
to add it.
Mhm.
We have to just help her out that from where we do the
Yeah.
education does matter. So if you are doing from your education, higher education, and then you're not getting placements, then you will complain कि मैंने MBA तो I have so many engineers and MBAs who are not getting placed, they are unemployed. But then how good you did your MBA and from where you did your MBA, that also actually matters. That matters. There is a two
True.
way to make your career. Either you do good hard work and struggle in your education level, in your school, graduation and post graduation, and have a thumbs up start with the profession, or you
Or
have
after
fun
that.
during your education and then you compromise with the start in profession and then have that struggle of reaching to the heights in next 10 years. Only there are two ways to do that.
True. So that person also added that in my business, that's not helping. So what am I doing right now in my business that is not helping? So I guess in terms of making money, that is not helping. That you meant. But then apart of making money, also there's a lot of comprehensive personality development of a person, and you might not understand, but in some way or the other, that might click. So there was
Yes.
one of my physics professors who actually who really liked physics, obviously, and he was doing research in it. So he shared through me this experience that when I was there in school, when I was there in my college, graduate, I always thought that I like physics. I'll do research in physics. So where is this MATLAB and coding, all of that coming into play? So that I won't like. So I never paid attention to it, and I never actually enjoyed that also. So I never paid attention to it. कि तो काम आने नहीं वाला आगे. But when he actually went on to do the physics research, at a stage he was stuck, and he had to do simulations along on these lines. So the first simulations, he would definitely need MATLAB and those softwares. And he would like to have the coding skills for that. And he actually went back and learned those coding skills to go on with that physics thing, to
Yes.
go on with his research. So maybe you don't need a coding background to actually
Yes.
write research papers. But then to do the research, maybe that would require a simulation software down the line.
Yes.
So
I was talking to someone who's working in Microsoft last week, so I was just asking, how the for new recruitments the Python or any other language is required these days in Microsoft. So she was telling me that Python has become a basic that everybody should know Python. And then what you know about that C++ or Linux or on which software you want to work in app developing. So the basics, as I said, the basic will become common for everyone. So, and then by doing a bit of like the government is bringing coding from 6 standards, some are criticizing also that. But I would take it as a positive thing that at least हम trigonometry भी तो पढ़ते हैं ना 7th 8th standard में 9th standard में. Try hands on it. It's not saying कि everybody has to excel in it, but if you will learn some basics about it, then only you will understand that actually you are good in it or not. Try it, what's wrong in it, and score
True.
good in it. There are kids who don't like reading social studies. They don't like doing physics, civics, geography. Still, they do, na? That's there in the
Yeah.
syllabus. So
So
coding is
basic education part.
basic education. As I said, there's a lot of need of engineers. Computer science is gonna come in future, going digitally. So why not to check that are we good enough to do that?
True. That is all a part of exploration, like at the end
Yes,
of it.
yes,
And like be contented with that maybe. Like just enjoy the fact that you tried something, you didn't like it, you dropped it. That maybe you don't see how that directly helped you in your
yes,
current pursuit. But then somewhere or the other, even the friction that I learned in 12th standard, right? Even I feel that I learned a life lesson from it. क्योंकि क्योंकि there was a point when we realized that for two bodies to actually roll on each other, we need a particular amount of friction between them. And if
yeah,
there's no friction between them, they can't actually interact with each other.
yes,
And if there was no friction between your feet and the ground, you would not be able to walk.
correct,
That's pretty simple. That's a pretty
correct,
simple rule of physics. So
yes,
in life also we need that.
yes.
If there's no friction or no problems in the path you follow, you learn nothing
Not
new.
learn. You will
You'll
not
not be able
learn.
to progress as a
Yes,
person also and in your
yes.
domain also.
Yes, when you see challenges in your life, you actually become more wiser.
Yes.
Yes. And for this, I would just like to add one point. The thing is, parents see generally with the perspective when kids want to learn something or new. I'm not saying every parent, but majority of parents try to make a kid understand कि okay, आप ये कह रहे हो that you want to learn this. इसका फायदा क्या? What
Hmm.
are you going to benefit out of it? So we start looking for फायदा in everything. कि आप बोल रहे हो मुझे इंस्ट्रूमेंट सीखना है इसका क्या फायदा होगा आप बोल रहे हो मुझे कंटेंट राइटिंग सीखना है इसका क्या फायदा होगा सो डोंट लुक
True.
फॉर दैट फायदा एट दैट अर्ली एज लेट देम डू दैट it will build their personality let them explore let them learn instrument drums whatsoever let them meet people फिर हम बोलते हैं कि अरे 18 साल का हो गया he doesn't come out of his room to meet guest at home अपने में ही रहता है
Mhm.
because he has never done that.
You never given
Let
him the
him
space for
go.
that.
Let him go to new crowd. Give that space to your child to meet new people, to take initiation to talk.
Hmm.
So the
True.
basic life learnings that parents should, rather than asking for everything, what is the benefit out of it, and just at least let explore them, and then find it out कि उसमें सबसे क्या अच्छा लगा.
Hmm.
एंड अगेन नॉट लाइक
True.
कि पेरेंट्स ऐसे बचपन से ये तो गाड़ियों के साथ खेलता है तो आगे चल के इंजीनियर ही बनेगा ऐसे जज नहीं होता है करियर.
Huh. Exactly. True. So, like
Yeah.
regarding this only, I think we are running a little out of time. But then I would ask this one last question. Like many of the people have this in some other form. So I would really like to ask this one. So, just a second. Yeah. So how do I choose a career path or education path when I don't really have a passion for anything? So I don't feel like
Great question.
I
Yeah. So I'm sure you have watched a movie called Ki and Ka,
yeah, I did.
Arjun Kapoor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arjun Kapoor. What is shown in that movie that his passion was to become like his mother, to be a housewife.
Yeah.
He
Hmm.
was not an aspiration person shown in that movie.
Hmm.
Yeah. There are kids like that. उन्हें कुछ नहीं करना है. हमको पढ़ाई नहीं करनी है. because mom dad अच्छा कमा रहे हैं, उनको दिखता है, and they are not aspirational kids. So there you comes the point as a counselor, I need to make them understand the accountability of their life to themselves. That how accountable they have to be in future, not just money wise, but where will they stand in front of their four friends when they will be running in Mercedes or even this Swift Desire, and are you want to be dependent on your parents. So there comes a very in detailed counseling of making kids self-aware about his or her future stability, responsibility, respect in the society. That's a deep counseling. And make them understand that you will have to do something, either a boy or a girl, to have to carry that self-respect in the society, that you are doing something, or you want to be that I do nothing. So that way you have
To
to
be
choose that what
independent.
is the, yes, to be independent, to be respectful. From there we have to choose the best fit of education he or she feels like doing, the basic education, to make them understand the importance of education. So that comes the part of me as a counselor, to give them that sense of, कहते ना, of जोर का झटका धीरे से, kind of, that you want to be lifetime. Because I tell you, these millennials have parents who are doing good. They are single or two child of parents. They are well settled. If even there are families there, if kids will not even make money, they will not be, having a lot, the scarcity
Problem
of money
in
in
the
their life.
future.
Problem nahi aayega future. But then that's not the correct way. You have to take ahead your legacy, and you have to be at your own, to making them understand that you can't be dependent on your parents, and it's not for your parent that you have to earn money, it's for you to stand in front of your friends, to make your respect, your career, to reach that height. So you have to show them the visuals, the pictures of future, and take them to that what kind of life actually you want to live. And then there are 100% results I have seen, that kids become serious, and they realize that yes, whatsoever, even education I want to do, or sports I want to do, or follow my passion of music and dance, but I have to do something wherein I make money and earn respect. So will I have to work hard, I can't be a laid back kid. Utni understanding aa.
So, wow. Yeah, so you show them the future and then they decide what they have to do from here.
So
Yeah.
how to show that future is the key again, Divya, that parents बोलेंगे हम भी तो
Exactly.
यही कहते हैं. The
How do
way
you
to
do that?
communicate.
True.
Yes, yes,
That's where a counselor, a coach comes in.
yes.
Definitely. Great. So I still have a few questions, but then I think those Ever's question that is left, they can like message Monica, they can text her, and I'm writing her Instagram ID over here so that you can
My website
directly reach
also.
out to her.
Yeah, through my website also
Yeah.
they can reach me.
Hmm. So she has a website, and can you tell the name of the website,
Same,
Monica?
monikasundrani.com.
Okay.
MONIKASUNDRANI.
Okay.
monikasundrani.com. My services are also available there, what I all do. Everything is mentioned. And they can follow me on Instagram. They can like my Facebook page. They can follow me on Twitter. I am available on LinkedIn. And I am also a new YouTuber. I have just started sharing couple of videos on YouTube.
Ah,
So they can subscribe me there too. So yes, helping students, motivating students, and showing them the what is best suitable career path for them is my passion. So reach me out if you feel so.
so all of that I had to say, you have only said it, Monica.
Okay.
That's a
You
very
can do
nice
the
thing.
honors. Do the honors, please.
No, but that's great, really. So you have seen how what is the perspective that Monica carries with her, and if you think that resonates with you, please do reach out to her. And if you think that she can even change your parents' perspective or your perspective, or you can learn something from her, reach out to her and see if that counseling helps, right?
Thank you. Thanks for your
So
words.
it was a great session, Monica, and we learned a lot about it. So
Same.
like the
Thank you.
perspectives matter a lot, and I think I learned a lot about it personally. So
Thank
thank
you
you
so much.
so much for that. Thank you for sharing all the experiences with us.
Thank you so much for calling me here, Divya, and giving me the chance to be on your Instagram live on this series of awesome people. I don't know how awesome I am, though I carry
You're
myself
truly
as the
awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was wonderful talking to you and sharing the
Same here.
things on same platform. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Monica. Chalo,
Okay.
great
Okay. Take care.
session.
Have a good Sunday. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.